In today's rap world, the rap game has many faces. It's hard not to mention 42 Dugg, but before his rise to stardom, he walked the path marked by struggle, brushes with the law, and survival in Detroit's harsh streets. Here's the full story: where he come from, how he got here, and how the system caught up with him time and time again. Dion Hayes, better known as 42 Dugg, was born on November 25th, 1994 in Detroit, Michigan. He was raised on the east side, specifically in neighborhoods like Denby and Outer Drive Hayes. Growing up, Hayes was largely raised by his mother and grandmother. He has described himself as the class clown in school, somebody who liked to party, skate, gamble, hang out, and get fresh. Detroit, however, was tough. Environment filled with crime and poverty. While not every source confirms gang affiliation, the 42 in his name has often been tied to a local Crip-affiliated set known as the Hustle Boys. What is clear is that he learned to lean more forward to the streets than steady. Legal jobs, he eventually dropped out of Denby High School and began chasing money and survival however he could. Influenced by artists like Yo Gotti and Jeezy, their gritty storytelling shaped his own approach to rap. After serving early time in prison, he started taking music seriously and gained traction with tracks such as The Streets with Babyface Ray and Shut the Fuck Up. His big breakthrough came with collaborations alongside Lil Baby, most notably on the songs Grace and We Paid, which propelled him into national recognition. Long before his career began, Dugg was already familiar with the system. One of his early documented arrests came at age 15 in October 2010 when he was arrested for carjacking and firearm possession. At the time, he was already out on bond for a gun charge, so he was charged as an adult despite being a minor. By June 2011, he began serving a sentence of about 4 years, and after getting into a fight while incarcerated, his time was extended to 6 years. Prison life was difficult. He spent long stretches in solitary confinement, often eating only breakfast and minimal food. It was at these lonely moments that he began writing rhymes to keep himself sane, reciting lyrics in his head to stay focused. By the time of his release around 2017, he had the scars of prison life, but also sharpened voice that he soon poured into music. Once free, Dugg began releasing mixtapes like 11241, Wayburn in 2018, and Young and Turnt in 2019. His buzz in Detroit grew quickly, and his networking brought him into contact with Lil Baby and Yo Gotti. He eventually signed deals with Lil Baby's 4PF and Yo Gotti CMG in 2019. His career skyrocketed in 2020 after appearing on Lil Baby's Grace and We Paid, the latter of which became a Billboard Top 10 hit. At this point, he had one foot in the rap game, but the other one still caught up in the legal system. In November 2019, Dugg was filmed firing a gun at a range in Atlanta, an act prohibited because of his prior felony record. This led to federal firearm charges in March 2020, though he was released on March 17 of that year. Just months later, on June 5th, 2020, he ran a stop sign in a rented SUV and fled from a traffic stop. He evaded law enforcement for nearly 2 months before being caught on August 4th, 2020. He was charged with a third-degree felony for fleeing police, arrested, and later posted a $20,000 bond. Because of his violated terms of his prior release, he was ordered to serve 6 months in a federal prison camp. In April 2022, in an effort to avoid prison time, Dugg attempted to claim sovereign citizen status, filing paperwork that argued he was not subject to federal law. This tactic failed, and on May 5, 2022, he was arrested at Willow Run Airport in Ypsilanti, Michigan, for failing to report to serve his sentence. In April 2023, he was sentenced to 1 year in prison for failure to report. Tied to the earlier firearms case, he served time at USP Atlanta between March 28, 2023 and October 16, 2023. Though originally sentenced to 12 months, his release came earlier, and during that stretch, he often spoke about harsh conditions in prison. 42 Dugg is hands down one of the most compelling artists of his generation. He channels pain, survival, and defiance into every line. But his legal troubles, beginning with carjacking at 15 and stretching all the way into a successful rap career, show how hard it can be to escape the cycle of the streets. Like many artists, his battles with the law could be detrimental to his future. The question now is whether he can leave the system behind and focus fully on a career that has already proven his talent and potential.